Oh,
Oh, we're back.
so well, I thought we were gonna go for like a little bit longer on our short break, but it seems like we're already back here. Okay then.
Okay then, yeah, right now guys, as I mentioned a while ago, we have Boom Esports versus Bren Esports here for the semifinals.
And well, I haven't been able to see Bren's performance in quite some time, but from the looks of Boom Esports, I mean, they were kind of like the bottom of the barrel when I casted way back, but they kind of stabilized already with pretty good players such as what you saw with the Celeste and the Finn from a while ago.
Actually, if you notice the Niels with that Celeste,
Yeah.
excuse me, I was thinking this guy's gonna get crushed the whole game, but he found ways to survive and actually poke from behind with the Celeste.
I mean, his playstyle kind of feels like a double-edged sword, wherein there was a point where he was so aggressive that he was trying to go 3v1
Yeah.
to try to contest for a Crystal Treant, but at the same time, I feel like that type of aggression that has good calculation on how aggressive you should be is gonna, kind of allow him to pop more shots with the Celeste, if that's what he chooses to kind of bring to the table against Bren. But with any hero, rather, it kind of goes the same way.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how you discuss this, but if you have, like, we were talking about, like, Spag doing that Celeste, it's like, oh yeah, that's normal.
Actually, you're right. Like, maybe aside from Spaghetti, we haven't really seen any aggressive Celeste. They always just play at the back line, just wait for their teammates to kind of create the space,
Yeah.
and then you go drop your Heliogenesis and then make them Supernova and, all that basic stuff. But it's nice and refreshing to see an aggressive, calculated Celeste.
Yeah, I mean, Celeste, I mean, with that Heliogenesis, I mean, it's one of the best skills to actually zone out heroes. I mean, if you know, especially when it's overdrive, I mean, when the range is, like, very far away.
Yeah. Man, there was a point where he was just, like, popping a Solar Storm and dealt, like, what? 80% damage on his opponent from 100 to 20% left. Ooh.
I can't wait for, like, one-hit Celeste Solar Storm. I mean, that's gonna be
yeah.
such a disaster for whoever that person is.
It's a disaster. I mean, if that happens. So, I mean, all right, while we're still waiting for our teams here to kind of, like, get into our lobby or into our game, what other heroes, aside from the ones we've seen currently, are those that you think might be contested picks? Like, since you're the more knowledgeable here.
I mean, as I said a while ago, I mean, you have Grace, and you have a Lyra, you have a Kensei, you have a Malene. Alpha could be. I know Bren Esports plays a lot of Alpha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, those heroes, even a Lance there. And who else? Samo, mid Samo, really contested there. And Kinetic, of course. I mean, the introduction of Kinetic, actually, I like how Vainglory is doing it. I mean, they're kind of introducing weapon power mid. I mean, that it could be an option with Kinetic in the mid.
Not only do you go only Crystal Power, at least you have that option. But I mean, there are some, I guess, difficulties with that. Is that you can maybe get counter built. Like, I've seen games before during the 3 versus 3 days, wherein they went for double weapon power. Like, you normally see a Crystal Power in the jungle and then weapon power in the lane, but they both went weapon power and just built all armor, so it kind of just like faltered through. But of course, I mean, this is already 5 versus 5. There's a different scaling of damage now. It's not easy, but I mean, I'm just thinking that. But yeah,
I really like weapon power mid. I mean, actually, I was reading his video by Quaterva from Infinity. I mean, he was playing Idris weapon power mid, and I was just watching him how he played it in his YouTube tutorial, and it was so amazing being able to play Idris weapon power mid. And you have to take note, it's when Idris is a weapon power, it's melee hero, right?
Yeah,
so,
of course.
And you have to deal with the likes of Celeste, Scarf, but it actually works. I mean, now with Kinetic with a weapon power range, I mean, I actually want to see more weapon power mid compositions. I mean, it got so used with a CP mid. Actually, you could shift it around. You could actually put a CP in the top. You could put a weapon power in the mid.
Yeah, and you saw that a while ago, and which kind of was a refreshing thing again for me to have seen. What was that, a Scarf? I think on game number 1, wherein he was mid going up, or rather on top, going up against a Gwen. So again, it's just kind of like I just like how the evolution of Vainglory meta is right now because of these addition of heroes and the changes in the game that kind of just allows you to do something like that. And in a certain sense, it also allows for I guess more aggressive playstyle again. So you know.
Also, I forgot to point out in this patch. I mean, Lorelei. I mean, she has this new perk, especially for the amphibian type of heroes. I mean, they get buff when they're in the water. I mean, I like that kind of effect, right? I mean, Lorelei. I mean, she's like a sea creature, so it just makes sense. But that when she's in the water, she's OP.
Huh. So, is Vainglory the game that, or at least one of the games that kind of like, you know, goes with how do I say this?
We're gonna say with the flow.
With the no. Actually, that was a good one though. That could have been a good one. My gosh, I'm getting rusty with my puns. But like, I just felt like, you know, there are these games where it says, oh, you're supposed to be weak against water, right? Because you're a fire hero.
Yeah, that's true.
But now that, you know, at least it's nice because she's a mermaid. She get to swim in the river. And she get the little buffs.
I mean, it'd be funny if there was like a kind of mechanic. I mean, per season, like it would depend on your skin. So basically, you can't use a fire scarf during winter season because she's gonna get kind of nerfed down.
So kind of role play the skins and the effects of the heroes would be nice. Nice.
In a separate game mode.
Maybe actually, yeah. So what do you call that? Like real physics, real physics game mode, the RP game mode.
That's true.
RP, like role playing real physics. See, it's a thing.
That's a thing.
I was actually thinking as well. Wait, it just flew by on the top of my head. I'll try to remember it. But in any case, again, guys, this tournament, the Mobile Esports Vainglory 5v5 for the month of June, has been organized by Bren Pro. You can follow them on their social media pages: fb.com/Mobile Esports Arena, youtube.com/MeSA Official, and
twitch.tv/MeSA Official.
Hells to the yeah. And
meanwhile, we are starting the draft
there
here.
You go.
Let's see how this teams. I mean, this is the first battle. I mean, for me, drafts is like 40% of the battle already.
Yeah. If anyone thinks that draft does not factor into you winning the game, then you are sorely mistaken. It is a big, huge, humongous.
Again, we see a trend here,
factor.
right?
Yes.
You see a Kensei, then a Kinetic. So you might as well ban the sustain heroes here: Adagio, Lyra. No surprise bans here if they were to get banned.
Lots of slots, 11 seconds.
There goes Boom Esports. Thinking carefully which sustain to ban. There goes Adagio here. Ooh, Grace. I like this pick instead of Lyra. I mean, Lyra got nerfed, so you might as well ban someone who got buff, which is Grace here. Then again, they get that Lyra for themselves.
Yeah, but like I said, I did ask you the question a while ago. Lyra seems like the heroes kind of benefit from that new item, the crest. I'm trying to remember what
the Rook.
The capacitor plate, rather. Yeah. But, I mean, we'll just have to see what happens there. Megamind, or rather Bren Esports here, take away the Maline and the hover over the Catherine, but immediately goes for the Arden.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have an Adagio or a Grace, you might as well go for an Arden. Meanwhile, Boom might think of getting Finn here, or an Alpha.
Take it away from Bren,
they have
maybe?
2 picks here at their disposal. So Celeste might not be a good... She can be a good last pick here, but Celeste not... It's so easy to counter a Celeste if you pick her this early.
I mean, it could be a bait, though, by Boom. Like, if you go for too much dive, we'll pick a good amount of keep away for our side, because they already have the Lyra, they already have the Celeste with the Heliogenesis, so they might kind of supplement that later on with more. But again, it's still a risky business.
You know, here we might see a Taka.
Alright, take away one of the dives to stick to Celeste.
You can see here Boom Paint Sandy hovering on that Finn. Will Bren Esports read this comment? You see Pablo Escobar actually reading both captains. Reading it carefully. Alpha, you're gonna see a Finn here. Oh.
Which will it be?
It has to be a Finn. This disrupts the whole composition of Boom Esports. That's a good band. That's a good pick there from Pablo Escobar with a Finn. Meanwhile, Boom Esports has to recalibrate how they're gonna work on this sustain comp we saw in the last game. with a Finn, Taka. Ooh, Idris. Did I hear I was talking about mid?
Yeah, weapon
Idris?
power mid Idris. So are we gonna see that? But
Once again,
Black
Alien
Feather. All right.
with that Black Feather.
So the Black Feather Taka comes back once again for Boom ID here. Pain Sandy. What will he go
Need
for?
a melee hero here. Yeah, there goes.
Oh, I was about to ask the same question. What happened to the Batiste?
I mean, Baptiste, I mean, he got a bit of a weapon, a CP buff there. I mean, that's actually, because people have been playing Baptiste's weapon power. I mean, this is just to motivate people to actually go for some CP. But right now, I mean, that makes Baptiste so versatile. I mean, he can either be a weapon power or a CP power. Wow. Idris, they just hear me say Idris, and now Megamind is playing Idris. Right now, but this is going to be a jungle because we know Megamind is a jungle player. Meanwhile, as I said a while ago, I mean, I was right. I mean, Bren plays a lot of Alpha, and we see Alpha in their picture.
Yeah, once again, you got yourself the cyborg robot, the puppet cyborg doll in the hands of Bren Esports once again. So, looking at the comps, which do you like better? I mean, just from the looks of it.
Actually, it's very balanced. I mean, late game wise, we actually see a Boom Esports dominating it, especially if it's a weapon power Baptiste, just combined with a Celeste and a Black Feather.
Yeah.
At the same time, I mean, for Bren Esports, early game, really good potential here. I mean, really meat shields. I mean, you have an Alpha, you have an Arden, and you have a Finn. You have a Malin who can be disruptive. I'm not so sure about the role of Idris here. We have to see how he's gonna utilize Idris jungle here.
Yeah. But, I mean, a lot of this I feel like is going to be kind of answered by the Batiste's, you know, Ordain and that Fearsome Shade. Lots of it control against all of this possible dive coming in from the Alpha and that Idris. Anyways, quick rundown. Boom ID, Pain Sandy on the Lyra, Alien XYZ on this Black Feather, Niels on the Celeste, Big Baby Boo with the Taka, and Sorry Labro on this Batiste.
And once again, we have Megaman here with that Idris, Stephen with the Arden, Wayam with that Alpha, Pablo Escobar, Finn, and Sync1 with that Malin. And again, yeah, just to mention, we're talking about Spaghetti and we see Sync1 here. I mean, these two are like best buddies. And also like probably a growing rival between these two guys.
I mean, true enough about that. Who gets the last hit on this one? It's gonna be Big Baby Boo? Are they gonna give it to him?
No, gets it.
Anyway, Stephen and Megamind gonna be claiming this healing treant just to make sure that their opponent does not. But rotations, they're gonna be spotted out here. That's gonna be already level 2 for their opponents, but they are a little bit low on the HP side. And Stephen is now actually was able to get that heal for himself. While
low here.
Megamind,
Get back here.
smashes a little bit. Gonna zone them out. Just run away.
So level 1, Ellen XYZ. Right there. You have to go back a bit here. Oh, Malin actually falls down in the hands of Sync1 here.
And that's a 2 versus 1. And you do leave yourself that immobile Lyra, even though she has the bulwark and the heals with the sigil. It's not gonna be enough once you have that crowd control and follow up that the Malin and Finn do have. Another rotation here, and it seems like Bren is putting the damage, the hurt, onto Boom. Big Baby Boo trying to run away, and he will be able to, but he loses his teammate in the process.
I have to point out, I mean, I like the matchup here with Sorry Labro with Baptiste. I mean, when you have to deal with an Alpha, you have to be equally sustaining and with a very quick DPS. And the weapon power Baptiste actually is able to do that. With a sight just hammering around that Alpha robot. Oh, he's a doll. Yeah, he's a doll. She's a doll. It's
Wow.
like a robot. Like
I like how you said that. She's a doll, you know? I like her. She's a doll. But you're right. I mean, from the looks of it, you kind of want someone to be able to match up with that Alpha. And yeah, Weapon Power Batiste kind of fills that bill. Now, we just have to see in the long run how it kind of pans through. And I have seen before Weapon Power Batiste's, you know, just basic auto attack damage kind of just skyrockets, and you don't even feel it or don't even see it happening. You just feel it.
yeah,
you know,
and
once you get to the
also when you
items.
hear it with the headphones, like ASMR with the sight just when it's really fast, right?
Well, I did not know that that's how you felt about the Batiste, but it's all good because I think other people they're also watching have already felt the Batisse's scything around.
You know, here at the bot lane here, Big Baby Boo with a backup here.
Has the shield though, so it's not going to be too bad for him. But as you can see, there's really a good amount of damage coming in from this Idris, and they're really committing into this one as Big Baby Boo with the micromanagement there throws out the Chakram, but Megamind should go down. There's the kill. One more slap, and Stephen at least gets another one for that. Something that you got to remember, I believe I still do as well, was that Taka, way back, I think his Kaku has been nerfed significantly, so you don't really get that much heal, you know, to get back into the fight quickly.
And that's true, but still Taka remains to be apparently one of the top picks here lately.
Who gets it? I did not see. Oh, it's the Celeste.
Oh, yeah, it's Neil is
popping it down, but he is in the middle of a fight here. But with that Lyra giving him the sustain, he should be all fine and dandy. Gotta remember as well that you can't really crowd control a Finn. No stunts to be had, only slows. So he's able to just walk away from that one, but not without taking quite a bit of damage himself.
Meanwhile here, Wham actually goes down here. As I said a while ago, I mean, an alpha, Baptiste really does a good job against an alpha.
Yeah. Does she also counter, like, once you have her in the Ordain of the Baptiste, if she tries to go for the A slot skill, does she get stunned if she dashes out of the Ordain?
Yeah, she does. With it's a really good counter as well, right?
Yeah. So I was thinking about that. So it's also a pretty nice like matchup. Like if you try to go for another target and the Batiste is there, you get countered. Anyways, Alien spotting out the one. Oh, it's a little bit of the love taps. It's all good in the hood. Lyra is there in the river looking for maybe a rotation, but nothing to be had for now.
Meanwhile, here you're gonna see the scout ham falling down here. Oh, they actually see it. They don't.
Oh, so they spotted out. They can actually maybe try to offset their opponents there, but I mean, they had full HP, so it wasn't really gonna happen. Have we reached someone already past level 6? There, yeah.
Yeah, Neil is level 7 right now. Same with Sinquan, both the mid mages here. Just on time in terms of level here.
And for the Bren side, only Pablo, actually Sinquan, Pablo, and Wayam. So we got ourselves some initiations with the Force Accord. Do we see a reflex block from anybody here?
Now we see Pain Sandy. Actually, that's surprising, right? I mean, oh, of course, a renewal, I would suppose.
Yeah, true that. The Initiate gets already the boost loving from those from those boots.
But as you were just saying, this new item coming in from Pablo Escobar here.
Oh, the slap though. Look at the HP. He's so low to going down. Taka, if he had Exretsu, I think he would have wanted to kind of initiate upon that. But there's going to be a 4-man collapse onto the bottom side as Pablo Escobar and Sync1 have joined in onto the fray. Nice connection there from the slam of Pablo Escobar, but Big Baby Boo is trying to at least become a little bit of a confusion here as they try to follow it all up. This is going to leave a lot more of leeway for the mid Celeste to actually get more levels. And now that she got level 8, now that she had that overdrive on the Heliogenesis, she is going to be even more difficult to deal with.
Right now here, ooh, the stun goes out. So right now, Sync1 can actually just dash in.
Oh, he wants to go for the pull. He's going to go for it. Oh, I thought he would have wanted to go for that Force Accord pull, man.
You know, here we're going to see a reset for both these teams. Spain, Sandy. Just get that level 6 to get that Arcane Portal. You know, here, Pablo Escobar spotting them. Baptiste picks up that Breaking Point. A really good item right now here. He can actually go head-to-head with Wayam here with the Alpha.
The question is though, like he's been doing that for a while now.
That.
Can Wayam actually go head to head against Sorry Labro?
I don't think he can right now. He has no breaking, but meanwhile here,
look at that.
He does.
Well, I mean, okay.
Meanwhile, it was crazy. Meanwhile, at the bot lane, much crazier here.
Oh, the pull. They can follow up onto Pain Sander right now. Who does not have any mobility. No ultimate for him. And Sync1 dunks it in for the secondary kill. Neil's on their hand, spotting out this Alpha in top side. And Wayam, yeah, exactly, Wayam. But with major costs, losing the bottom tier 1 and even possibly the Ghost Wing.
Yeah, I think Niels can push this out on alone. The damage coming in from him in the burst. It's just a lot of damage there. Neil is taking it down.
That's disgusting. Wow.
Easy.
That is too much. That's way too
contested. Meanwhile, mid lane is gonna be the focus now for both these teams. And looks like Bren wants to put the pressure. Neil is coming in from the flank here.
Fearsome Shade activated. Interestingly enough, not sure why he wanted to go for that one, but look at the HP from Nataka. Cannot go through all of that damage output coming in from Bren's side. Throwing out the shurikens, looking for a little bit of the hurt here, and Neil's in the front line, not even giving a damn at all what's happening. I mean, he is embodying Spaghetti right now, or maybe in the future, Spaghetti will be embodying him. We'll see.
Meanwhile here, Neil is actually like the item, Spellfire and a Clockwork. I mean, just to point out, see the cap has been capped to 45%. So you won't see any more those like 90%. That's crazy cooldown. Now it's just 45% cap for cooldown.
Surprised they didn't go for 50%.
Yeah,
but I guess it's the balance. It's the balance.
Meanwhile here we see Alpha pressuring Sorry Lebro here with a Baptiste. Pin Sandy on the top lane just in case. And his bot lane still on the focus, even the turret is down here. Pablo Escobar rushing in. Oh, nice Rose offensive.
Yeah, I mean, Rose offense. I mean, it's just Blackfeather's one of those heroes that you can't really get a nice pick off with that, Pablo Escobar. In any case, Niels is heavily defending this one, as in the top lane, look at the Alpha just goes in ham, but before that, he still gets the kill with the shield. The micro from Wayam is real, and even nets a second one. Sorry, Lebro, can he actually get away from this one? No ultimate on this guy, and that's gonna be a triple for Bren.
Did he just 3v on that? I mean, Pablo and Singuan were just like running around trying to help him. He's like, I don't need your help, guys.
Yeah. I mean, he's basically... Who's a good action star that you can do, like solo action?
Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris that, exactly. The best one ever. He can Chuck Norris that.
Here Wayam's gonna take this turret for his own now. A nice individual effort there for Wayam, getting kills and a turret of his own. Here L and XYZ. It feels nostalgic, right? I mean, it's the same matchup between XYZ and an Arden here. This is a past game.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, LN XYZ he hasn't been able to impose the same command performance that he had in the previous game. Nebulae.
The rotations of Bren providing a bit more tricky to kind of for Boom here to kind of deal with that.
Get cut out.
I mean, he should get caught out, but that is Malene. She had the shadow to be able to get away from that one. Not this time. Rose offensive onto the top end, but that actually just keeps him away from getting into the safety of his own turret. So, in hindsight, it was a nice dodge, but not nice enough. Neil's very low HP there. He gets caught by the gauntlet, and one more follow-up. That's going to be another kill here for Bren Esports. The chakram fade away with the help from the Malene, and he just goes ham to town. And sorry to bro, can he get through the Alpha? No way, Jose! Gonna go in for the comebacks material, and that seems that Solar Bro will get the kill, but Sync1 is hot on his tracks. Can he go for the follow right now as he is chasing down onto this Batiste?
Sync1 has to be careful. Sorry, Bro can just dive straight.
So slow though.
Yeah, and that's the matchup we were looking forward to. I mean, Baptiste just hack and slash Alpha.
Literally hack and slash. But I mean, at the end of the day, that was just a 1-for-1 that took too long, and sorry, Lebro did not put any type of defense or response to his team, netting Bren that Ghost Wing quite uncontested.
Here, LNXYZ kind of off guard, but that Rose offensive has saved him a lot here.
Yeah, but I mean, his Rose offensive has been used defensively, and the dive is real.
He's just like,
like them sound effects though. Oh, yeah, you totally agree with that one. Xretsu activated here by Big Baby Boo, but I mean against an Idris who is an Crystal Power.
The almost one hit Solar Storm there, Mega Man. They're going so low, it's gonna fall down now.
Should go down. This is an easy cleanup.
What?
But the shields are real. The shields are real. How is this happening? How is they surviving? The core collapse. The Heliogenesis is not even close, son. Megamind survives, and I mean, his teammate did not escape, but that still is a the great escape.
Yeah, they got the Black Claw while that was.
They got the okay. Lots of things that we aren't really experiencing here because Bren Esports has been going through everywhere around the map, and they even get the Celeste, the only hero that Boom ID can fall back on in terms of the damage department. And now with that Black Claw, there should be a straight 2 turrets. The dive is going to be real here for Bren as they are looking aggressive into this one. Sorry, bro, one more shot. Oh, he survives with a sliver of HP, using that ultimate of his to keep himself healthy and good. But this turret is gone down.
You'll hear Boom Esports trying their best to hold this one down. Blacklaw still much healthy here, just like 25%.
Oh, they are just chasing them down.
Oh, AM gets bursted down there and the Solar Storm, but not enough damage there.
Yeah. Well, I believe that was Pablo Escobar who absorbed all of that damage output, but they are cleaning up house here.
Sorry, bro, on the roll here with hack and slash.
Could be an ace. One more shot. Boom. But I mean, with that ace, they couldn't really get anything. No Ghost Wing, no Black Claw. It's taken away by Bren.
Meanwhile, here, you have to point out, I mean, the armory, I think now
responds.
It responds. So,
yeah,
Bren Esports has to capitalize on this advantage that they have, or it's going to be like a reset when this armory comes up. That
does respawn or reset at 210 minutes, so 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I believe, after you destroy an armory here. But that is still ways to go for Boom ID, although checking out the gold advantage, it's not that high anymore. It's only like 2,000 compared to what we had a while ago. So maybe this could be a time wherein, you know, you have yourself the Black Feather and the Batiste coming online. Ghostwing has also respawned. Bren is not here yet, or the whole of Bren is not here yet.
You know, there's gonna be a uncontested Ghostwing here. A nice catch there for Boom Esports. Right now, Bren has to come back.
Oh no!
Arcane Portal though.
They don't have the. I mean, they didn't have the range there to actually get away, and now they're going to be able to catch off at this Idris. A little bit of the mistake there from Bren, and Boom is kind of really capitalizing upon that one. They have the Ghostwing's shield right now, so they'll have tons and tons of damage to work with. Is this Arden a weapon tower Arden? It is not. It is Captain Arden, so his slams will not hurt that much at all. As we see William spotted out and bursted down, caught from the get-go, and this is just a trickle in from Bren. Not really wanted to see from them as they got aced a while ago, but they did the damage in the armories of, well, Boom ID. Now Solar Bro was actually taken there by Pablo Escobar's ultimate, Esports. And now it seems like Boom has gotten a bit too overextended, a bit too complicated, or how do you say this, rather confident with what they've done, and they kind of lose a little bit of their members. But now they've stabilized and gotten themselves a few towers, or turrets rather, so I don't know who's getting the upper hand in this one.
Yeah, right now, that's just how fast it would turn around there with a good push there for Boom Esports.
So the question now is, like, from what's happening with these two, is who makes the mistake of getting caught out? Because it feels like that was the case from both of these teams for those 3 plays that we've seen.
You know, right now Bren has to just like regroup here. Meanwhile, Synchron having some problems there, staying in the fountain. We haven't seen him move an inch for those couple of clashes. You know, Black Claw is gonna be like the main objective here once he responds here. And
there, Synchron's moving. He is stirring in the base,
going for the top lane here.
Lots of scout camps just for the vision, but they are...
Oh, right now, they have to be careful here. Just the 2 of them here.
But they do spot out Pain Sanity there. The zone out from our Finn, and they don't have their full roster. Black Feather as well as Taka is way out of proportions there, but Niels is still dropping down the Heliogenesis bombs. Oh. There is the Solar Storm, but it's not going to be putting too much damage as we thought it would be, and Wayam is sticking onto Pain Sanity like a sore thumb. They're going for the chase down here right now as they know that there's not much that Boom Esports can actually do to escape this one, and they are fully committing into that engagement. Looking aggressive with Wayam, but they push or fall back. They've gotten the picks that they want to. That is only the one. Sorry, the bro will come back. I mean, the Black Claw is here, but they are injured. Megamind, ooh, could have actually stopped his port, but that was Bren capitalizing on an opening.
You know, we're gonna see Synchron back in the lane here. Neil is in the middle there. Synchron quite low here. Right now, they're just focusing, waiting. Oh, both dragons are back here right now. Ghostwing might be the first objective here. And looks like Boom Esports right on that dragon. Neil's there. might get caught off guard there. Pablo Escobar finds Niels here.
He has his ultimate though.
Alpha Wayam going.
Oh, he spot first the Lyra. He's gonna get smashed down. And if this Lyra goes down, there's not gonna be much support for Bren, or rather Boom ID, to actually work with. Niels dropping down the sickest of Solar Storms, as Solar Flare rather, as actually connects onto multiple members of Bren Esports. The 1-for-1, the trade in this is complete and utter chaos in the middle of the fight. But it seems like the members of Boom are standing true. The damage dealers, the Molina is still up. Low on HP though. The Taka right behind
healthy
from here though. But Wayam, like you said, is healthy. And he is diving in the slam down from the Alpha. And Wayam goes a little bit wild with the Quadra. Can he go for the Penta? Looks like that's going to be a no. As Sync 1 gets a little bit of that candy. But still, Bren Esports, my goodness, how did they survive and just dominate that fight when it seemed like Boom were the ones on top?
Yeah, I mean, they had a ghosting buff, and I think it's just really how Bren Esports were able to manage to focus their attention to the heroes that you really had to like focus on, right?
Yeah.
I mean, during this kind of clashes, you might just like tap on like the lowest heroes, but for Bren, I think they were able to bring down the heroes that really need to bring down.
I mean, I definitely agree with you on that one. Another thing that I kind of noticed is that once your captain kind of panic uses his ultimate, especially one such as important as Lyra's, you know, the not the gap close, the gap away, the escape of that ultimate that it allows you to, it kind of just lowered the, I guess, the avenue where Boom ID can try to reset a fight. So they had to really stick onto that one, and I think that's where, you know, Wayam starts to kind of thrive in, because he just wants everything to be continuous with the fight with that Alpha. Right
now they're regrouping here. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Dive in.
Are they gonna suck someone in with the Force Accord? They don't even need to.
Stun doesn't reach out, but they're fearless because there's no more turret.
Yeah. The Armories have already Armory has respawned in the middle, but as they push back everybody from Boom, immediately they transition into the Black Claw, make sure that they have that 6-man pushing on their side, but a scout cam will spot them out, and the rotations from Boom will come through here. Although Pablo Escobar is right there, there is the Flare spotting them out, but they have to be very, very cautious approaching this one. One wrong step, one good Force Accord, and it could be Boom going down. But of course, Boom can do the same thing against Bren here, as they're trying to kind of push this mid, get the control on the waves for themselves.
Neil is here trying to find a good position for his Celeste here. A Force Accord, will it pop out here? And Neil is trying to poke them down one by one here. Pablo Escobar gonna here.
There's the Crucible activated. Oh! They don't get it.
Have to back down here a bit. Solar Storm doesn't do much damage.
Good chunk though. But still, this could be an entry point right now for Boom. Opponents are kind of low on that aspect, but you also got to remember that 30 seconds on that Force Accord. So a little bit of wait time for Bren here, and they can even again force out another fight. Not sure how long. No freaking way as they spot out the Taka. Can you find an even better pick, and they can follow up onto XYZ.
Rose offensive still there though.
I mean, he does have that, so maybe they can just go back and go for the Black Claw.
But it seems
like Bren will just commit onto this one. They know that he's way out of position, and that Armory should go down. The damage on Megamind is just a little tad bit insane. The follow-up, the root from this Moline, and he should be no more. Oh, the sustain is real, but still, the collapse of Bren Esports will be even realer. I know that's not the word, but the feeling is just there, ladies and gentlemen, as Wayam is just slapping around at them. Niels is doing the best that he can, but that Vein Crystal is now exposed, but they are being helped by that Vein Crystal to actually take down the members here of Bren. Once again, they're overcommitting into this one, and this could be an ace. They're following up onto Pain of Pablo Escobar, who is the last man standing here for Bren Esports. He is just wobbling away from the fight. Boom is now chasing him down, and he should not be able to survive this one, so this could be an ace. And the possibility of the Black Claw for Boom is in vision. I mean, just one more slap. There's the ace, and now they can go for the Black Claw uncontested. What is happening?
Bro, TP boots immediately in the bot lane. A smart move here. And Megamind is going to respawn here. The Armory is going to fall down here. Look at that. Hack and slash on that Armory plus the Black Claw in the mid lane here. Bren kind of in a tight spot right now.
This is the second time that this has happened to Bren. They overcommit on, or rather inside the base of Boom, and now they're going to have to deal with a full Boom roster pushing down to the mid with a Black Claw. to see. I mean, you had control of the dragon, but the dragon now doesn't like you anymore and has chosen a different master. You're gonna be the one. It's like Game of Thrones. It's not a spoiler anymore, guys. We've already seen it in season 7, I think.
You know, here the Black Claw. How do you deal with this Black Claw right now? But will Boom actually go for that overcommitment as Bren has been doing for the past clashes here? Or are they gonna take a slow Solar Storm? Doesn't do much damage.
I like how he uses a Solar Storm though, that even it doesn't do too much damage, it chips them down that they have to be more cautious of that team fight.
There goes Solar Blow here. Gets stunned. Stephen X quite low here for the Arden.
Oh my god, this Celeste is just on another level right now. There's not enough range to kind of just catch onto the Celeste. The Lyra actually uses the Bulwark right there, and they're committing into this fight. But another Solar Storm comes out, and well, they're so low. Now this Vein Crystal is exposed, but this is still a 5 versus 5. We're in the person or the team that actually has that HP advantage is Boom, but it seems like Boom is now overextending, trying to take down at this Vein Crystal, and it should go down. And even though Bren looks like they were going to push back Boom, it was just too much. GG for game number 1.
Yeah, GG. I mean, Boom Esports found a way to turn it around. The last few clashes here, capitalizing on the mistakes of Bren Esports here.
I mean, it felt like Bren could have opted to go for something else than committing too much on that base once they pushed through the armory.
I think that was
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a mistake for
Bren.
For Bren. I mean, what Boom did in the last clash, focusing the objective with the Black Claw, was what Bren was. That was what they needed to do when they had the Black Claw on their side.
Sure enough. But I mean, it just looked like Bren shouldn't have done that. On the first try, it's fine because it wouldn't have really transitioned into anything that devastating. But the second one, Black Claw, an armory in the bottom, that seemed like the final nail in the coffin. So yeah. In any case, we're just gonna take a very quick break. When we get back, we'll see if Bren comes back from that kind of shaky game number 1, or will Boom Esports show us how dominant the Indonesian team really is. So again, once again, this is the Mobile Esports Arena Vainglory 5v5 for the month of June. My name is Astra. Of course, here with me now is
Fang,
and we'll be right back.